Hello, welcome back. Or I should say, I'm back. I'm so glad to be back. I've been out for a few weeks. I had some back surgery, and I just got to get back into the swing of things, man. I can't sit around at home all the time. It's driving me nuts and driving Santa nuts, too. He's ready to get rid of me, have me go back to work, I think. But anyway, welcome. This is Here's Your Good Health. I am live, so give me a call, 407-1111. We don't really have anything in particular to talk about. I'm probably going to talk about plants and herbs and oils because that's my passion. My passion is natural health as much as possible. And so we're going to be talking about that. I can tell you one thing. I've cooked and cooked and cooked. And the more I eat at home, the less I want to go out. Nothing even tastes good to me anymore. I don't know if it's my taste buds or what it is. So Santa, what do you have to say? So
It's been a year since I've been here.
probably has, yeah. I drug them with me tonight. I said, I've got to go, and I don't want to go by myself. And, December is not a good time to try get guests on because everybody's busy. They're going here, going there, getting ready for the holidays, and,
I got the elves busy
yeah,
making toys.
Yes. So, anyway, it'll be me this month, but I'm going to try to be here most of this month. I just have got to get back into the swing of things and get back into my normal routine. So, but I did well after surgery. I got to give a shout out to Dr. Lindsay Tyler. She did my back surgery. I think she did a great job. I was able to go home at the day of the surgery. And I haven't had any pain medicine or anything since. I think I was off of the strong stuff after 2 days because I don't like how it makes me feel. I feel groggy and sleepy, and I just don't like it. And then I switched to Tylenol and ibuprofen, and I have been taking some muscle relaxers because now that's the problem is not the back pain where the surgery is, but I can feel where that disc was herniated, and I still know exactly where all the inflammation and everything is, but the swelling's going down. I don't have any trouble walking at all. I have trouble remembering that I can't bend, I can't twist, and I can't lift over 5 pounds. Those are my big restrictions, and that will be that way for a while, especially the bending and twisting. I've got to let that scar tissue build up in my back before I can start doing all of that again. And so it's hard, you don't even think about it. You just bend over, you see a little piece of lint on the carpet, and you bend over and pick it up, and then I stand up straight and I go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, thanks for all your good thoughts and your prayers. I appreciate it. I was pampered for about a week and a half. People kept bringing me food. We had so much food, didn't we have a lot of food? One night we had 2 people bring us food. We had somebody from the office brought me some food, and then our neighbor called and said, we're bringing you food. Bob said, we've got food coming. That's okay, we're going to bring it anyway. So we ate it all, or I got a lot of it in the freezer because we don't eat a lot at one time. So, but that's all right. I've got some lasagna in that freezer from a friend at work, and I'm going to dig some of that out tomorrow because I'm tired. Now I'm tired of the turkey and the stuffing and all that kind of stuff. We're getting rid of all that. So anyway, I hope you had a blessed Thanksgiving. We had a great Thanksgiving. We decided to do a brunch because, I've got grandkids that live with their parent, but then they go to their other parent, and so we've got steps and halves and this, that, and the other in our family. So we did decide to do breakfast. The kids came and ate a lot because they were starving. And then we just had the rest of the afternoon to kind of chill. Some of the guys and the kids went out and did target shooting in the woods, and us ladies just sat on the patio outside. It was a beautiful day, and we just sat and drank iced tea and chatted and then we would go in and work on a puzzle, and then some people walked down to see the goats or went to see the mule, and others just laid on the couch and was kind of chilling. So it was, I had a really good day. I thought it was really nice. You have nothing to say about that?
I didn't think I could get a word in. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. You know, we, for the most part, had a lot of social distancing, because like she said, you know, the ladies were up at the patio, in all separate chairs.
Well, we were
Yeah.
outside most of the
Yeah.
day, so other than staying in the house to eat,
Yeah.
we were outside most of the day.
Yeah, and the kids were out there running all over
Yes.
and harassing the goats and the cats and the
Yes.
dogs and the
Yes.
chickens, and
That's what they do best, is harass.
yes.
So, and I've been to see, Bob went to Asheville then after Thanksgiving. He was gone over that weekend, so I went to the Red Oak Festival with my little 4-year-old granddaughter, and that was fun. And then we went to Hill Ridge Farm and saw the lights, and they were beautiful, Christmas lights. And then we went to Shuckers, and I think it's in Wake Forest, maybe? I don't know, someplace over there. And had dinner, and so it was really just a really nice, that was the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So I had a busy weekend, a full weekend, and a really nice weekend. And now I'm back here, thank the Lord. I'm going to be talking, like I said, I probably won't have any guests this month, but that's okay. I can talk, and we can talk together. So I want to thank them. Some of the folks that I know watch me, sent me messages and cards and things, and I really appreciate it. It was very nice of you to do that for me. So, what you got to say, Santa?
I'm just getting ready for the season. I got my, getting my reindeer all primed up, and I need to find out what kind of oil to put on the runners on my sleigh, so I don't, you know, I can slip and go much faster this year. So what should I use?
Well, I'm not going to give you an essential oil.
It's essential to me
Yeah.
for that sleigh.
Yeah, but you can use some motor oil for that.
Motor oil?
Yeah, motor oil.
What weight?
I have no idea. I didn't even know it came in weights. It was terrible, I'll tell you. You know, it was cold Sunday, and he didn't get home until about, I don't know, 4 o'clock. And I couldn't make my thermostat work. I couldn't find because it was on cool, that my son had put it on cool on Thanksgiving because it was hot in the house with, you know, so many people. I couldn't get it from cool to heat. I couldn't find the instruction book. I went to light up the fireplace, and the pilot light was out. I was about ready to turn on my oven and heat myself up. I was freezing. We do have a little space heater, and so I locked myself in one of my rooms. It's a bedroom, but we converted it into like a den. We have our computer in there and a TV in there and that kind of thing. So I just went in there and closed the door, but we got all that squared away. Oh, and then my dryer broke, so I was down to one pair of jeans and a couple of shirts, and he was in Asheville, and I can't pick up over 5 pounds, or I could have washed the stuff and, you know, carted it to a dryer or carted it to my son or daughter's house, but I couldn't pick up the daggone basket to get into the car. Once I got to where I was going, it would have been fine. But anyway, so those are my tales of woe. Ho, ho, ho. So he fixed the dryer. We had the gas man come out today, and apparently when you have a gas fireplace and you've got a pilot light, dirt can get in there, air can get in there, and it takes a while to get that all cleaned out, and so the gas can funnel back in up that pipe, so I can turn on my fireplace. It's cold in the morning, and I like to sit and read my Bible and turn the fireplace on, so I'll be able to do that tomorrow. That'll be nice. And so that was my Thanksgiving, and now my house is a disaster because I've got my daughter-in-law and grandkids came, and they got all the Christmas things out, and she decorated my tree for me, and Bentley, my grandson, he found all the stockings and dug them out and put them on the fireplace for me. So I got a few things done, but I'm really going to go through all that stuff, and what I don't put out in the house this year is getting thrown away. I'm not going to have any more. So you can just plan on having a big bonfire.
Yay, bonfire.
Some of my stuff is so old, I couldn't sell it at a garage sale. I mean, I've got stuff that was my mom's, and I've got stuff that was his mom's, and some of it has sentimental value, and some of it does not. So what does not is definitely going. But anyway, it's good to be here. It's good to be back. It's good to be talking to you all. I'm sorry I was out. I really tried to come back last month, and I felt like I'd be able to, but I found out that it wasn't the soreness so much as the fatigue. I was really tired, and I couldn't do as much as I wanted to do, and that frustrated me too, because I'm pretty energetic for the most part, and I go a lot and do a lot. But I had a friend come over, and she's a nurse practitioner as well, and she said, Linda, you know your body has to heal, and that takes a lot of energy, and that's why you hurt, and I mean that's why you're so tired. And I went, oh yeah, you know.
Isn't that what you tell the patients?
Yeah, I tell the patients that,
but you don't believe it yourself, because
I don't think about it for
practitioners
myself.
are not good patients.
Nurses are terrible patients. We're the worst. I guess
Amen.
doctors probably are too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, doctors are there diagnosing and, critiquing their caregiver. Did you check this?
But anyway, now I know all about back surgery, and it's certainly, from my perspective, it is not as bad as you hear some of these horror stories. But I didn't have any hardware. I didn't have any, fusion of my discs, anything like that. I had a herniated disc that Dr. Tyler went and cleaned up all of that, the herniation part, because that herniated part was pushing on my muscles and on my nerve, and that's what made my my thigh numb. So she cleaned up all of that, and I came home that night, y'all. It's absolutely amazing. Used to be years ago, back surgery, you were in there for 2 weeks. So she did a great job, and I would definitely advise anybody, if you've got some kind of back problem that you need neurosurgery, Lindsay Tyler is great.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're watching Lindsay Tyler, I appreciate everything you did for me.
And I appreciate it too.
Yeah.
I liked her comments that what she said is, you can do whatever you want to, because I'll operate on your back again.
I definitely don't want that again.
That's the scariest part of it, is to
Yeah, it's really
not
trying
want
to.
So she's behaving.
That's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle.
It was a Thanksgiving miracle.
Yeah, Thanksgiving miracle. So I got a new book today. I haven't even opened it. This is Surviving When Modern Medicine Fails, a definitive guide to essential oils that could save your life during a crisis. So, there's a lot of medicines that people cannot take. We went out to dinner with some friends of ours, and there's a particular diabetic medicine called a GLP-1, which it's really a great drug, and it helps people a lot, but if you can't take it, you can't take it, and he can't take it. He developed pancreatitis from it, and that's a very, very painful. Your pancreas becomes inflamed, and pancreas is the organ that makes the insulin. So when you've got medicine, it affects your pancreas, and so he takes insulin. He does well with that, but there's just a lot of things that people can't take medicines for whatever reason. There's so many side effects to the medicines. So, and I see that every day. People call me and say, well, I can't take this. I took it and this happened and blah, blah, blah. So that's one reason why I'm such a proponent of using natural products as much as possible. Now, you can't use them for everything. You can't use essential oils to treat. They're not going to treat a disease, but they certainly can help. When I herniated my disc with the, and I didn't know what it was at the time. I thought it was a muscle spasm. I was using frankincense and copaiba, which are two powerful oils, and it really did help with the pain. But of course, that didn't get to the core of the problem, which was I had to have surgery, and that's the whole thing. Oils can help. Oils can make things a little bit better. Sometimes they can even help with, like, helping to keep your blood pressure down or helping to keep your cholesterol down. But there's a lot of things that it's not going to treat. But we want to help as much as possible. And if we can use the oils and keep ourselves healthy, then we don't need the medicine. And so that's the whole point of this whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and take our first break. My husband's telling me to quit fidgeting because I'm a fidgeter. And we'll go ahead and take our first break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about some essential oils. So don't go away, hang on. And remember, I'm live. If you want to give me a call, I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions about anything, I'd love to talk about it.
Yeah,
407-1111.
Yeah, you can call me and tell me what you want for Christmas.
There you go. That's
See what I can
it.
do.
That's right. All right, so we'll be back in just a minute. Hang tight.
At Downey's Hearing Care Associates, we are dedicated to taking care of every client by providing personal, high-quality hearing care services. My staff and I know hearing loss affects each person and their loved ones differently, so we give you the time and the care you need to ensure the hearing technology chosen fits your lifestyle. At Downey's Hearing Care, we also make custom ear molds and specialize in emergency hearing aid repairs. Downey's Hearing Care Associates has 2 locations, one in Knightdale and one in Rocky Mount. We have hearing lives to save.
Hi, I'm Richard Goss, pharmacist and owner of Almonds Drug Store here in Rocky Mount. Here today with my wife and 2 daughters. For over 75 years, Almonds Drug Store has been the pharmacy of choice for residents of Edgecombe and Nash County. Our family is proud to call Rocky Mount home, and we are excited about the new services and products we are adding daily at both of our Almonds Drug Store's locations and also at our medical supply store.
Come in and see us at Almonds Medical Supply. We're an extension of Almonds Drug Stores, your local hometown pharmacy. We're here to service all your needs, from wheelchairs to walkers to orthopedic supports to compression hose to hard-to-find wound care supplies. And you'll always get that hometown customer service.
We want our patients to pay the best prices, get the best service available, and have a better pharmacy experience than they will get anywhere else. Our staff is committed to going above and beyond to meet our patients' needs. Whether it is working with your provider to get you the best medication at the best price, contacting your provider to get you refills or a prior authorization, or taking the time to review each of your medications with you personally, or perhaps even helping you find an old-time remedy or other hard-to-find items, your Almonds Drug Store staff will work hard to meet your pharmacy needs. At Almonds, we will deliver your prescriptions for free. Both of our stores have drive-through windows, we guarantee short wait times, and our pharmacists will come out to greet you personally and answer any questions you have. If you want to be met with a smiling face, or even want someone to greet you by name when you walk through the doors, we are the pharmacy for you.
Call Almonds Drugs today.
443-3138 or 446-0014.
All right, welcome back.
Yay.
So I'm going to start talking. I'm going to just talk about why we even use oils. And it used to be, before all modern pharmaceuticals, which started emerging in the 1800s. That's when Abbott, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Bayer, all those, they started making medicines. They went away from the plants and moved into the chemicals. And, they're convenient and they're effective. The one thing about oils is they'll work for a lot of different things, but you have to keep applying it. They don't have the extended life that you can put into a pill, but that's more chemicals. So,
Don't oils and herbs and those kinds of things help in the healing process, where the pharmaceuticals deal with treating the symptoms?
yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's more
Yes.
treating
Yes.
symptoms, and, people.
Hey there, this is Linda and Bob. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. What's going on?
I've had a little bit of a hoarse voice, but as far as I know, I ain't got no whatever the pandemic is.
You don't have any corona?
I'm 66 years old. I just wanted to call and say hello to y'all.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello to you too.
I was wondering why, if y'all could answer this question, when you buy vitamins, I understand by doctors, well, not my doctor, because I'm not sure he's a real doctor, but anyway. He don't describe vitamin D3. And I think, from what I understand, vitamin D is very important
Yes.
to your stomach, to the health of your stomach.
Well, in your bones and your heart, and it helps to satisfy so you don't eat as much. Yeah, vitamin D has a big part, and a lot of us are very vitamin D deficient, meaning that you have to take a supplement.
Yeah, and with that being said, is it just vitamin D or vitamin D3 or 6 or what?
There's
Anything specific?
There's 2 vitamins. I'll go into that. Do you have anything else you want to ask before I hang up?
No.
Okay.
What kind of vitamin D would you suggest?
Well, there's vitamin D2, and vitamin D3. Most of the time, D2 is a prescription, and it's called ergocalciferol is one of them. There's several different names, and that is something that I would have to prescribe for you. Vitamin D3 you can buy over the counter. And sometimes I've got some patients that are so deficient that they have to take both the prescribed that I write for them, and they have to take the over-the-counter. But I think a good general rule of thumb is to take 5,000 international units every day, or 5 days a week. That's kind of a general rule. I don't think you can get too much vitamin D. If you're very fatigued, if you have a lot of, if you're tired, that can cause you being low in vitamin D can cause a lot of fatigue too. Bone pain, people come in, they say, oh, my bones hurt, I must have arthritis. I check their vitamin D and they're low in that, and they get that back up to where it's supposed to be, and they don't have that pain anymore. So.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what I went to CVS, and I bought what they call Nature's Way Live, 150 plus, but it don't show any vitamin D in it. And I'm just wondering why you can't get vitamin D in a everyday man's vitamin.
They don't normally put vitamin D in a multivitamin. I don't know why. They have a combination calcium and vitamin D that I recommend for my patients that have osteopenia. That's a weakening of their bones. Or they have just plain vitamin D over the counter. That's all I know of. I don't know why they don't put it in a multivitamin. I can't answer that for you. But I can tell you I'm very prejudiced about where I buy my vitamins. I like pharmaceutical grade vitamin D. And so I like people to go to either Remedy This Naturally, Claiborne Holtzman owns that, or to go to Ward Specialty Pharmacy, which is on Sunset across from Harris Teeter. And both of them have pharmaceutical grade supplements. But I'm not telling... Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
All right?
Okay.
Are you a doctor in Rocky Mount?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any way you could get back in touch with me, so I could talk with you out there?
I don't know. I'd have to check with
Your office?
well, actually, you could call my office. I'll be out of work for 2 more weeks. I work at Family Medical Center, and you can call there and leave your number, and I'll get back to you, but it won't be for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Yes,
and,
ma'am.
yeah, and when you go, when they do the labs, they can check that vitamin D level.
Well, but your
Yeah.
doctor has to order it.
Yeah, the doctor has to order it.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Okay.
Hey, you have a blessed
I appreciate y'all, I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate you calling. You have a wonderful Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Hey, and thank you, Santa Claus.
Bye-bye. Well, that was so nice. I love it when people call in.
Yeah.
It's nice, and I like to talk about things other than what I kind of am talking about here. Anyway, so, at one point, all we had was plants and herbs to take care of us. And you've heard of, like, witch doctors, and what do they call those people that live in the mountains and would forage in the woods and get herbs there? What were they called?
I don't know, shamans.
Or herbalists, or I don't know either. But anyway, and at one point, that's all we had. We didn't have penicillin, and we didn't have insulin, and we didn't have these things. So, having modern medicine is good. I'm not saying it isn't good, but, we can do a lot to prevent. If we would work more on prevention in this country, instead of, our medicine doesn't work on prevention, it works on fixing the problem. But if we work on prevention, we won't get the problem in the first place, and that's the whole point of it. But anyway, so up until the 1800s, that's all you had. And you can read or you can watch on movies or whatever that they had a bad infection and somebody would make a poultice and put herbs and might even put clay, who knows what they used all in it. And they'd put it on the wound, and it would, sometimes get better. I'm sure sometimes it didn't. And there certainly was probably plenty of infection and things like that weren't able to be taken care of as effectively as when we discovered penicillin. But at one point, that's all we had was herbs and oils. And oils, essential oils, the word oil is it's misleading because they're really not oils. It's not an oil like olive oil or coconut oil. It's really an extract. It's a strong extract that takes all of the benefit, like frankincense, for instance, is a resin, you know, the goopy stuff that you see on trees. That's called resin, and that they have some kind of a distillation, is that right? Process, and then that makes it into a liquid, and so they call them essential oils, but they're really not oils. And that's really all we had. And you know, God's a pretty smart guy, and I think he probably gave us everything we needed, but you know, we're so full of sin, and sin causes sickness and everything else, and so it's just broken down. So in the 1800s, with the advent of chemistry and insulin coming forth and those kind of things, they moved far and farther away from plants. And then, you know, and I guess probably in the 20s is when the essential oils kind of came through. And there was a French chemist who used lavender essential oil to heal a burn on his hand, and it worked. And so he decided to analyze the properties of lavender, and he decided to see if it would work for other skin infections. And he, you know, he would heat it, and he would apply it, and he would do all these things. And so with that, aromatherapy was born. Aroma is, of course, smell, and then therapy is taken care of. And then, you know, he conducted a lot of research on lavender, and it was used in many of the hospitals in France during the outbreak of the Spanish influenza. And there were no reported deaths of personnel, which was credited to the use of lavender where he was working. And so then throughout Europe, you know, practitioners started using alternative methods, massage therapy, aromatherapy, and those kind of things. And it wasn't really until the 1980s that it kind of caught on here in the States. And you know, really 1980 is not all that far away. What is that, 40 years?
Or so.
So, you know, and so a lot of people, especially doctors and medical personnel, they kind of look at it like witch doctor stuff, and some people look at it like New Age. And I guess New Age does use that, and witch doctors probably do too, but there is a lot of evidence, medical evidence, that the essential oils work. And so, you know, today there's plenty of trained professionals, aromatherapists, herbalists, massage therapists, nutritionists, doctors of natural medicine, who use aromatherapy in their practices, and they're trained in specific uses for the oils. And every oil has multiple uses, but they're the ones that, like lavender, for instance, is very good for healing wounds.
Helps you sleep too.
It sure does. Bob likes lavender. He sprays lavender, and especially when we travel. He's got lavender and he sprays on his pillow. So, but anyway, they're learning more and more that essential oils are beneficial. And the National Institute of Health, their database, currently has over 17,000 medical studies on essential oils. So it's not all, you know, snake oil. Oh, here's somebody else. Hey, this is Linda and Bob. How are you? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hey,
Yes.
how are you?
I lost you. My antenna out there. I had to go out there and turn it. I didn't hear much of what you said about vitamin D. I was trying to figure out why my doctor don't seem to describe vitamin D for me, and I want to make sure that I take the right kind of vitamin D, because what I've understood from other people is that it helps your build your gut for a healthy gut. Am I wrong or am I
No, it
right?
helps with that. It helps with bones. It helps with a lot of things. But you need to talk to your doctor and find out. I mean, it's a simple blood test. I don't know who you see. I don't want to know who you see.
Yes, ma'am.
But you can talk to him, and you can buy vitamin D3 over the counter, and you can use that. A good healthy dose is about 5,000 international units, at least 5 times a week. And that's how they come. They don't come in milligrams, they come in international units. And so you can go ahead and take some of that. It's not going to hurt you, but you need to talk to your doctor first to make sure that, I don't know all of your medical problems, and so I can't get into that without having a chart in front of me. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I was just wanted to ask you though, if you might let me. If you are a doctor, is it possible for me to see you since I have Medicaid and Medicare?
Yes, sir, I can see you. You need to call Rocky Mount Family Medical Center, and they can get you set up. Okay?
Rocky Mount Medical Center.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. So, well, you know what? This is a good time to take this break. So we'll go ahead and stop, and then we'll go back into the oils some more. So you just hang right on, and we'll be right back with more of Here's to Your Good Health. Don't go away.
At Down East Hearing Care Associates, we are dedicated to taking care of every client by providing personal, high-quality hearing care services. My staff and I know hearing loss affects each person and their loved ones differently, so we give you the time and the care you need to ensure the hearing technology chosen fits your lifestyle. At Down East Hearing Care, we also make custom ear molds and specialize in emergency hearing aid repairs. Down East Hearing Care Associates has 2 locations, one in Knightdale and one in Rocky Mount. We have hearing lives to save.
When faced with special care needs for elderly or disabled loved ones, families want compassionate, comforting care. That's Tender Touch Home Care Services' goal, providing the level of care we would expect for our own. With over 10 years of home care excellence, Tender Touch provides an array of services that keeps your loved one at home. From personal care, light housekeeping, errands, and meal preparation to our private duty care program, which combines all of our home care offerings in one package.
Tender Touch Home Care Services, where your needs are our concern.
Hi, I'm Richard Koss, pharmacist and owner of Almonds Drug Store here in Rocky Mount. Here today with my wife and 2 daughters. For over 75 years, Almonds Drug Store has been the pharmacy of choice for residents of Edgecombe and Nash County. Our family is proud to call Rocky Mount home, and we are excited about the new services and products we are adding daily at both of our Almonds Drug Store's locations and also at our medical supply store.
Come in and see us at Almonds Medical Supply. We're an extension of Almonds Drug Stores, your local hometown pharmacy. We're here to service all your needs, from wheelchairs to walkers to orthopedic supports to compression hose. Hard to find wound care supplies, and you'll always get that hometown customer service.
We want our patients to pay the best prices, get the best service available, and have a better pharmacy experience than they will get anywhere else. Our staff is committed to going above and beyond to meet our patients' needs. Whether it is working with your provider to get you the best medication at the best price, contacting your provider to get you refills or a prior authorization, or taking the time to review each of your medications with you personally, or perhaps even helping you find an old-time remedy or other hard-to-find items, your Almonds Drug Store staff will work hard to meet your pharmacy needs. At Almonds, we will deliver your prescriptions for free. Both of our stores have drive-through windows, we guarantee short wait times, and our pharmacist will come out to greet you personally and answer any questions you have. If you want to be met with a smiling face, or even want someone to greet you by name when you walk through the doors, we are the pharmacy for you.
Call Almonds Drugs today.
443-3138 or 446-0014.
All right, howdy, we're back. I was just going to go over some of the health benefits of essential oils for the last few minutes. You know, there's a lot to be said for oils, and a lot of, you know, my biggest problem with all of this essential oils and making products and that kind of thing is education. People don't know about it, they're afraid of it, they don't understand it. So I'm grateful
And
to...
they don't teach it in medical school either.
Oh, no. They don't even teach nutrition in medical school.
They do, but it's like 4 hours or 8 hours
I had
out of a whole lifetime.
I had one class
Yeah.
in nutrition when I was in nursing school. So, yeah. So, you know, it's just, we're just learning. Everybody's learning together, and I want everybody to be on fire as much as I am, but I realize that, you know, some people just want to take a pill and be done with it, and they don't want to get healthy, they don't want to eat better, they just want to keep their lifestyle and take a pill and go on. And, you know, that's up to them. It's their body, it's their life, it's their choice. But some of the benefits of essential oils, it can affect your psyche. Aroma of essential oils triggers a psychological and a physiological response. They lift our moods, aid in fighting mild to moderate depression, increase alertness, calm aggressive behavior, help us to deal with trauma. There's some oils that may help lower anxiety, increase memory, and even affect our dreams. And some of those oils would be lavender, orange, bergamot, rose, and jasmine. And I'll tell you, rose oil is cha-ching, cha-ching. It takes, I can't remember how many thousands of rose petals to make 1 ounce of oil. That's why it's so expensive, because it takes a lot of rose petals. And then there's some that help support the immune system. Researchers suggest that certain essential oils can help or can mimic the human immunoglobulin system. Essential oils may also elevate levels of lymphocytes and stimulate the immune system. And some of those are German chamomile, that's a real pretty blue, clove, mountain savory, and lemon. Then there's some that are antimicrobials, and we have some documentation that it can help fight viruses. You know, that's why we make these mask sprays, because we put oils in it that can help fight virus. Well, what is corona? It's a virus. And so you spray it on your mask, and then, you know, you inhale that instead of your bad breath or the garlic you had for lunch. And some of those are tea tree or melaleuca. There goes by both names. Geranium, clove, melissa, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And eucalyptus is used a lot, even in like sinus infections and things like that. And there's some that provide some natural pain relief for you: balsam fir, black pepper, peppermint, ginger, lavender, wintergreen. There's a oil called Copabia, that's for pain. And some will reduce inflammation, and it can help ease stress and anxiety. Some of those are lavender, frankincense, clary sage, bergamot, melissa, vetiver, sandalwood, Roman chamomile. Can help with insomnia. I make an insomnia blend for myself. I'm not a good sleeper, and so I have this ritual, and I take my melatonin, and then after I brush my teeth and fixed my face and done all that, then I sit at the edge of the bed and put my oils on every night. He hates the smell. I don't know, there's something in it that he doesn't like.
I don't know what it is. It just, sometimes it makes it hard for me to breathe.
Yeah. I don't know what it is either. Probably just meanness coming out.
Well, or wanting a hug.
Is that what it is? Oh, okay. Anyway, some of those are frankincense, marjoram, clary sage. I make my own insomnia blend, and I've sold insomnia blends. I can make a roller blend for about $10, and it lasts a long time. It really does help with sleep. And it can help protect against colds and influenza, which is, of course, goes hand in hand with antimicrobials and antifungals and antiviral. And there's oils you can take to help your tummy: peppermint, ginger, fennel, chamomile. Those are some of the ones that you can take. I have a lot of tummy problems. I keep peppermint at my desk. But you cannot put even one drop in this plastic because it would eat away at the plastic in this bottle. You have to use glass, or you have to use the PET plastic, which does not allow for the leaching. But you would only use one drop, and this is what, 16 ounces. One drop in 16 ounces is a plenty. I usually put it in 12 ounces, and it can get to be a little strong. But peppermint's really a great one. So is ginger, papaya. That's not an oil, but papaya is good for your belly as well.
Can you add those to a hot tea?
Sure.
An herb tea?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, just a drop. That's all you need. Yeah, and we've started working with some herbal teas now, too. We're getting into that because that's another area of really good health.
Yeah, because back in the 100 to 300 years ago, I mean, that was a lot of things that were, how they were treated, is they made teas. And it helped to prevent a lot of disease, too, and the colds in the winter. But you had to know what kind of herbs to make the tea out of.
That's right.
And it's...
Yep.
Yeah. When we went to Scotland, there was, in Glasgow, there was a garden that was probably 50 feet long and 30 or 40 feet wide, and it was all natural herbs, and they had it sectioned off, and each section had a sign of what herbs were in there and what it was used for. And this was things that, because at that time Glasgow was a great place of sending missionaries all over the world, and this is what they would bring with them, the knowledge of that, and that's why it's evolved into medical missions now, to where, like, Linda went to Guatemala one year, Jared went to Africa this past year. Julian went to Africa. And Dr. Michael has been to
Israel,
Cuba. And it's bringing these kinds of things and ideas and coming back with what they do there and say, well, this is something that they do, and it works great.
Right.
So let's see what we can do to incorporate it in our treatment.
Well, that's like Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good from Chinese medicine.
And acupuncture.
Yep, I love acupuncture. I tried acupuncture for my back, but it didn't work. But that's because I had to have surgery. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
I mean, I had it for my hand a few times, and it did relieve some of the pain, but I ended up having the knuckle replaced.
He's a real knucklehead. Okay, so it can support muscles and bones, and you know, that gentleman that called a couple of times, he was talking about vitamin D, and vitamin D is really good for your bones, and so is calcium. I mean, you know, and they work succinctly, they work synergetically.
Okay.
Is
good.
that right?
Yes,
Synergy.
synergy.
They work really well together, and so anybody that's got osteopenia should be on calcium and on vitamin D, the combination. Yeah, and this is something that I love. I love to use it for natural alternatives to household cleaners. I mean, I make toilet bombs that you just drop one in the toilet bowl and it'll fizz up and
Like
clean-
Alka-Seltzer.
It'll clean up your toilet for you. I mean, you have to still clean it once a week or so, but, you know, this just helps like in between. And you can make a really nice smelling spray for your countertops and the bathroom countertops and that kind of thing. I use a lot of that.
And bath bombs.
I make bath bombs, yeah.
For laying in the tub there.
And we make sinus bombs. You drop them in the shower, and it's got eucalyptus in the shower. The heat and all that will bring all that aroma up and help with your sinuses. And so, you know, research points to common household cleaners as a possible reason for a 55% increase in cancer for women who work as homemakers. Of course, not many of us work as homemakers anymore, but you've got ladies that clean houses and they always got their hands in bleach and that kind of thing. And so, you know, some of the antimicrobial essential oils can be made into a cleaner for a fraction of the cost and a fraction of the possibility of problems. So, and that's clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, rosemary, tea tree. You can use one oil or you can use multiple oils. And it can strengthen and nourish your hair. Because, you know, hair products have propylene glycol, which is antifreeze, and sodium lauryl sulfate, and those are the main chemical in degreasers. And so, you know, that can corrode your hair follicles and impair hair growth. So, an SLS, which is the sodium lauryl sulfate, is stored in fatty tissue of heart, liver, lungs, and brain. And so essential oils are effective for hair rejuvenation and make excellent hair products. And that, again, is all you need is a little bit of some kind of emollient and a couple drops of essential oil, and you got it made. So anyway, that's just a little bit more about essential oils. You know, I talk about them a lot on here. And I'm pretty passionate about them, as my husband will tell you. But I just wanted to spend some time, so I will be back next week. I will have somebody else other than Santa. I don't think I'm going to have Santa next week. But
I have to go and polish up Rudolph's nose so it shines bright in case there's fog and snow.
Yes.
I got a question.
Yes.
I was just thinking as you were talking about these things, this stuff that we're using to clean our hands with, the gels, don't they contain alcohol and it dries you out?
Yeah,
So if you
alcohol.
do that, what kind of oils should you put on your hands to restore the normal
Lavender is one of them. Where's
Yeah.
my little thing? Lavender is good. Can't open.
Yeah, because with this, we have to wash our hands so many times. and
Yes.
It dries
Well, we
the
make a
skin out.
hand sanitizer too that helps. It doesn't have the
Alcohol.
alcohol in it, yeah. So, and that would be sandalwood, rosemary, lang-lang, lemon, lavender, sage,
Ooh,
cedarwood.
nice. That's nice smelling.
All
stuff.
right, it's time to go. Good night. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with more of Here's to Your Good Health. Good night.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Oh, oh.